Hello all, Jeff here with a new video back on Gran Turismo Sport again, and for this time we're going to have a crack at FIA. So the Nations Cup was at this bunch of races was Group 2 at Maggiore. So I'm going to do 2 races here. I did 3 but I forgot to record the third one, silly me. But the car of choice here was the Turismo GTR, the 2008 model, aka the one that was in Forza Motorsport 3 and 4. So let's see how we go with qualifying. Now, as you may know if you play GT, you'll always start with a full tank of gas, so try and burn as much fuel off as you possibly can without holding everyone up. Just try and burn it, but in the same sense I want to get a banker lap in, you know what I mean? So, just letting people by, what can you do? But yeah, we'll go with my best lap, shall we? Now, believe it or not, out of all of the qualifying laps I did in this 10-minute session, this was the best lap that I could manage in the first race. So here we go, Maggiore, a very fast-flowing circuit except for the first 4 corners. So we've got a tight left-handed hairpin here, then an even tighter one here. So this is very much Herman Tilke territory. But with the just doing a few laps, I do feel more comfortable in the Group 2 car around here than I do with the Group 3 car. So that's a good thing for me, because normally I'll spin out of these real tight corners, but with this car being the best Group 2 car around here, it was no issue. But just take it down the outside around there, and then it gets really fast and flowing from here. So this next section of this next few corners, most of them are flat. That's probably the only braking zone for here, because the next 3 or 4 corners are pretty much flat out. Just a confidence lift if you need it. But this guy in front, well, he's just going to let me by. Thanks, mate. So here we go, as we plunge downhill, and we're going to go downhill and then straight back up to this really steeply banked hairpin. Such a great corner. Just imagine having a corner like that in Formula 1. That would be awesome to watch. And now these 2 corners, the left-hander, the right-hander, flat, no worries, as long as you get it right. And these 2 corners I never quite got right. I've never really got the braking zone for these 2. Anyway, so here we go into here, and then the last 2 corners. Now this last corner, you just try and use as much curb on the inside as you possibly can, because that's going to get you the best run out of there. But in practice I was doing 44s, but in qualifying I could only manage a 47.2, which I didn't expect at all. And because of that, it was only enough the 10th position on the grid. So I had my work cut out for me. So we'll see how we go with the race, shall we? And there is Jack Brabham in the race. There's myself in 10th place. But we also had Dick Johnson in the Shell FIA car, as well as Jamie Whincup. Well, there you go. Anyway, now to the start. Now standing start. Now GT Sport, for standing starts, you want traction control on 1 to get the launch, so you don't just spin out of control into a wall. But once you get going, turn traction control straight back to 0. See how you go. I've already gained 1 position just like that, thanks to a really good start. There's a bit of carnage there, bit of touch and go here and there. But this guy here, he's just going to lose all sorts of control. So I'll just nab 7th place from him. So into turn 4, do I think about making a move? I did get a bit of a tap there, and yeah, it's on. Still gained 3 spots, not bad at all. So it's a good start. I didn't get spun around, I didn't get punted or anything like that. So happy days from that point of view. I was going to get 6th, but I just got a bit slidey there, and that's going to open up the position again for 7th place. So he'll get by me, so I'm down to 8th, but still 2 positions gained from the start, not bad at all. That's how important qualifying is in these races, because if you don't qualify well, you're just going to be mid-pack for most of it. 6th place is getting on the sand a bit, so we're going to see a position change here, most likely, or do we? Well, as we go to the banked hairpin, it's not the case. Although they get the move stick just like that. I thought about making the move as well, but I didn't have enough momentum, unfortunately. But yeah, there we go. So it's just started to calm down a little. Now, with this race, it was fuel was not the issue here. So you'd be wanting to do a 2-stop strategy. You know, most people do 5-lap stints, but I decided to do something a bit different. I decided to do a 6-lap stint on the mediums on the front and the hards on the rear. You have to use both compounds at least once. Even if you use 2 different compounds on each side of the car, that counts, so that's happy days, because you want to be on the mediums because that's the fastest option. So I thought, you know, 6 laps on the medium hards, then 5 laps on another set of mediums, and then 4 laps on another set of mediums to get the best run for the end of the race. That was my thinking. So the guy behind me was thinking about making the move stick, but I just, got pulled away slightly. But at the end of lap 6, nothing changed from my point of view. However, since it was the end of lap 6, I thought, you know, it's time to pit. It's time to get some fresh boots on and see how we go. So, yep, mediums, no fuel. There's no point in these races. Now, the interesting thing about this pit stop is you lose hardly any time compared to just cruising by doing a normal lap, which is interesting. And it would put me all the way down to 11th place. But look, 8th place is just there. So it just shows you don't lose much time doing pit stops around Maggiore when fuel is not a factor, which is very interesting. So, you know, I've got a lot of work to do, but we'll see how we go here. As we get to this, you could call it a double apex corner or late apex corner. This guy in the purple GTO is just going to lose all sorts of control, bang into the wall, 10th place, just like that. Happy days. But it's not over here because, you know, I've got fresh tyres. I'm going to catch up to the 2 in front. However, we've got a yellow flag because someone has might have got on the grass on the inside of one of those curbs. There you go, it's one of the newer GTRs, up to 9th. Not bad at all. Later on lap 7 towards the end, so, you know, right behind this guy here in another one of the 08 GTRs, there's so many of them, it's ridiculous. He's just lost all sorts of control, so I'm just going to nab 8th place, just grab it straight away. My next target is Dick Johnson. So here we go, Dick Johnson driving the Lexus RCF. So here we go. See if I can get a bit, you know, I'm gaining a lot of momentum. He's getting a bit slidey there, so you know what? A Craig Lowndes move around the outside could be on the cards, but unfortunately we're not driving a Commodore. But then again, Dick isn't in a Ford this time. But he's got his left blinker on, so that suggests he's going to come into the pits straight away. So we'll find out if that's the case, because some people might just press the indicator button by mistake. So we get out his last turn. Let's see what Dick does. He actually does come into the pits. So I just followed him a bit behind a bit just to get a bit of slipstream. But up to 6th place now. So not bad at all things considering. Now, as we finish lap 9, someone, I think it was the guy who was in 3rd, he decides to pit. And that's going to bring me up to 5th place. So gaining 5 spots in a very heavily contested FIA race is not bad at all. But, you know, these tyres are starting to wear off, so I'm going to have to keep that in mind. But in the same sense, I've got another stop to do. So 5th is still on the cards. Let's wait and see what happens here. Now, lap 11, you can quite clearly see my tyres are starting to wear out a lot, because this guy behind me is just going to breeze by me. And I thought to myself, there's no point fighting this, because he's probably already done his 2nd stop and I haven't. So we just have to keep that in mind, because, you know, the run to the end hasn't started yet. So in we come. Coming into the pit lane. See what Butler, Oz, Eterniton, Boost and all them in the pit crew can do for me. All the LSEM boys, they're helping me out, trying to get me in the best position possible, and I'm in 6th place. You know, same position I was in when I came into the pits, and I almost been just there, but I got 4 laps to see if I can make some ground on the guys ahead. So here we go, starting the final lap of the race with much fresher tyres than the guys ahead. So, third place is right there, so you just never know what's going to happen. But, can I get third? Can I actually get any positions? Maggiore, no, it's not the easiest place to pass, so you never know. A lot of fast flowing corners, so you've got to keep that in mind. So, we'll see what happens here. We've got a nice good view to capitalise on any mistakes. I don't have anyone behind me either, so that's a good thing. Now top two are bolted, so well, the leader is quite clearly bolted. The second place has started to bolt away, but third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, they're all there. So it's going to be on here. What can I do with the much fresher tyres? Well, time will tell. But you know, we're all very evenly matched. You know, it shows because I started 10th. So here we go, as we about to plunge downhill. Here we go, and to the big bank hairpin. It, you know, I'm slowly catching, but we'll just have to wait and see if there's any mistakes, because there's, you know, there's still a bit of a distance and there's no real passing opportunities for the rest of the lap. So I'm just going to have to rely on their tyres to wear out drastically if I'm going to get a position. And it's going to happen here, because old mate Eddie, he's lost a position. He could have been third. He's on the grass. So I'm going to capitalise here. I'm going to make the move stick. And I'm in 5th place. I'm not going to get 4th or 3rd, but considering that I started 10th, I'm going to finish 5th. Gaining 5 positions is not bad at all, especially in an FIA race. And look at that, the top 6 all 08 GTRs. And my driver, that seems disappointed, but I know inside at Harold he does have a very big grin on his face, because that was a very, very good drive. Now the next Nations Cup race. So could I do any better at qualifying this time? Now, this was the reason why I started 10th in the last race. But what can I do for my first flying lap? Let's find out. Last corner noticeably taking a lot more curb there. It definitely helped me here from that point of view. And I end up doing a 47 flat. Just marginally better than, you know, what I did in the first race. But that's not it, however. You know, in qualifying, you need to do a pit stop, get some fresh tyres on, then go again, because you know, you can only really do your best lap with a set of tyres once. You can't just go 2 laps on the same set of tyres, which is a shame. The last corner taken very nicely. Got a little advantage of slipstream. Will it help me? Well, it would end up giving me a 46.774. So provisionally 3rd for now. However, there's still more guys to come, and you know, a lot of guys will be doing their last lap, and that was unfortunately the best I could do, but it would put me at 6th on the grid, so not bad at all. So we'll see how we go. Starting 5th was Maggiore Academic, who is actually Cody Nikolatovsky's dad, believe it or not, and there is myself in 6th place. So let's go. So again, the standing start, see how we go. Traction control on 1, which you really need for standing starts, as I said before. So we're about to get going, we're off. So it's a nice start from myself again, gang. We're gonna get by the newer GTR, like so, hopefully there's no change. Well, because he's been punted off, he's probably punted about 2 or 3 others as well. I've given him a whack as well. He's had a mixed start. He's gained a spot, but you know, there was a bit of carnage at turn 1. That has to be expected at Maggiore. This guy's just gonna come from out of nowhere and gets away with it somehow. And for some reason, I lost SR. What can you do? But I'm back to where I started in 6th place, so we'll just have to wait and see if we can improve on things here. But we'll go to the end of lap 5, because nothing else happened after that. No, yeah, lap 5, because I was going to do my pit stop in lap 6. Maggiore is pitted, so we have to keep an eye out on him. Lotovsky's dad. Anyway, lap 6, here we go, the LSEM boys. You know, Yuko, Lawrence, so many others on the team. They're in that pit crew as well, so they're doing a really good job for me. So light speed now. Anyway, here we go. So still in 6th place, which is a good thing, I guess. So we'll just keep on pushing on. So yeah, now it's the end of lap 6. So the guy in 5th place, well, 4th place, 3rd place has got a penalty, so we'll have to keep that in mind. But does anyone coming into the pits? Yes, one of the leaders does. So we'll have to keep that in mind. So I'll be up to 5th position. But in saying that, there's not much time lost in pit lane, which is ridiculous. But anyway, what can you do? But you know, I'm there. That's the main thing. I am there, right there with the top guys in this lobby. So you know, it's just gonna benefit myself hugely. And this guy Eddie, well, he's about to serve his penalty. It's what? Yeah, it was a 5% penalty, but it was enough to get 4th place for the meantime, because Saronic Knight, who was like 1st or 2nd at the time, he's right on my hammer here, and my tyres are starting to wear out, and he's just going to get by me easily. And you know, I thought to myself, there is no point fighting for that, because I know my tyres are shot. I can just worry about getting him back later on in the race. And as you can see, this is how much of a difference new tyres compares to old tyres. He just, you know, breezed past me and is just pulling away like it's absolutely nothing. But anyway, what can you do? End of lap 10, 3rd place pits, so McCosy that is. So we'll have to keep that in mind, because you know, he is flying right now despite the carnage at turn 1. As we go to the end of lap 11, we got McCosy right up behind me now. So you know, that shows what the fresh tyres can do. But you know what? It's my turn to pit. You know, less laps on fresher tyres is a good thing. 2nd place is pitting as well. But here we go. Chaos Fox, well, I don't know why he needs a fuel pump, because I don't need a fuel up here. Well, he's probably just hanging behind the car, because, you know, maybe in case there's some kind of fire. But anyway, what can you do? But the LSEM boys, they're doing a really good job today. It get a little slidey, but we go to lap 13, because I'm right behind Alf here. I'm going to think about making the move for 5th place. So here we go. I've got to run on him here. So I'm going to think about taking the inside of this late apex corner. Obviously, I'm going to easily get it done, because the 08 GDR is quicker than the 16 model in straight line. So that's going to help a lot. But anyway, there's one position gained. As we go to the end of lap 13, 4th and 3rd are right there. 4th place has gone on the grass. Hasn't hurt him too much though, but you know, I've got 2 laps to possibly reel these guys in. Time will tell if that happens. Oh, 4th place. Saronic Knight has just gone onto the grass. He's gone wide. I've given it a bit of a tap, but it hasn't hurt anyone there. Anyway, so we go to turn 3. I'll think about making the move, but not going to happen. So turn 4. Just a little, you know, he braked a little early. I gave him the tap, and I've got 4th place. However, he's not happy with that. So as we go into this late apex turn 5, he's just going to give me the revenge bunt. Bang! And I'm back down to 5th. So, you know, I could have been, you know, I could have easily have grabbed 3rd and 2nd by the time lap 14 ends. But unfortunately, because of that tap, I'm back to 5th place. But as you can see, his tyres are a lot worse off than mine. So we're going to have to keep that in mind. But there's a little thing called a slipstream, and it's definitely going to help downhill, because we're hitting well over 290 kilometers an hour before we even brake. So that's one thing to keep in mind. I think about taking it to the inside, the banked hairpin. Not going to happen. He gets a bit loose, so we're going to be too wide, possibly for the sweeping left and right handers. There's a little bit of contact, but I've actually got the move done. That's fresher tyres for you. Up to 4th place with just over a lap left. Can I reel in? Can I possibly get a podium position? Time will tell. But it's going to be a very interesting race, that's for sure. So here we go. Into the last corner we go. We're about to. Here we go, last corner. And now we've got one more lap to see if we can possibly grab 3rd position Eddie in third place, Makozzi in second place. So we have to keep an eye on Latovsky's dad here. So, you know, fresher tyres are definitely going to help towards the end of the race. So we'll have to see how we go. Will I get third place? It's going to be touch and go. I'm going to have to, do a fully committed lap with no mistakes. That's the best way we're going to get, possibly get a podium. But it's going to be on here, so we just have to wait and see. But you can only just do your best and see what you come up with. So here we go. As you can see, I'm slowly catching him. It feels like it's not enough though at this stage, but time will tell. As we go into these fast sweeping corners, it's pretty much flat out from here to the banked hairpin. It's just a slight confidence lift just to keep it on the track. And yeah, so we'll have to see how we go. Anyway, is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? Let's find out. Well, apologies for the slight stutter there. Hopefully didn't hurt too much there watching this. But anyway, third place, he's getting a little slidey, so I could be on for a third position here. But time will tell, because there's really no passing opportunities for the rest of the lap, unfortunately. Now Makozzi has taken the lead on the last lap, so well done to him. So we'll have to wait and see if he actually holds on to that position. But we've got a nice battle for third here. Eddie and myself, we're going to go and hammer and tong. I've got a couple of wheels on the grass, but unfortunately it's not. I don't think third place is on the cards because there's no passing opportunities here. I've tried as hard as I possibly could, but that was still a very, very good result there. Fourth place, I'll take that. And the top 6 cars, the 08 GTR and Nissan GTRs, have taken the top 8 positions, so except for penalties, so top 7 make that. But there you have it. If you like the video, smash the thumbs up button, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and if you want to see more, subscribe and tap the notification bell. Anyway, this is Jeff here, and happy racing. Cheers.